I got a call from a cousin of mine who said, "Hey, cousin, I believe that the real children of Israel are the African Americans in America." I said, "Dude, what are you saying? What does this even mean?" And so he sent me a whole bunch of videos from these group of guys called the Black Hebrew Israelites. I don't have anything against any of those people. Everybody has their own journey, and I respect that. However, the things that they were talking about and the way that they were going about it just didn't resonate, except for how much emphasis they put on the Old Testament. Yeah, that was it. So it piqued interest. So then I'll say this: they don't necessarily like Orthodox Jews. So we started looking up the people that they didn't like. Wow. So we started looking into Orthodox Judaism and who are these people? We had no idea. And it opened up a whole world. I got a call from a cousin of mine who said, "Hey, cousin, I believe that the real children of Israel are the African Americans in America." I said, "Dude, what are you saying? What does this even mean?" And so he sent me a whole bunch of videos from these group of guys called the Black Hebrew Israelites. I don't have anything against any of those people. Everybody has their own journey, and I respect that. However, the things that they were talking about and the way that they were going about it just didn't resonate, except for how much emphasis they put on the Old Testament. Yeah, that was it. So it piqued interest. So then I'll say this: they don't necessarily like Orthodox Jews. So we started looking up the people that they didn't like. Wow. So we started looking into Orthodox Judaism and who are these people? We had no idea. And it opened up a whole world. I got a call from a cousin of mine who said, "Hey, cousin, I believe that the real children of Israel are the African Americans in America." I said, "Dude, what are you saying? What does this even mean?" And so he sent me a whole bunch of videos from these group of guys called the Black Hebrew Israelites. I don't have anything against any of those people. Everybody has their own journey, and I respect that. However, the things that they were talking about and the way that they were going about it just didn't resonate, except for how much emphasis they put on the Old Testament. Yeah, that was it. So it piqued interest. So then I'll say this: they don't necessarily like Orthodox. I got a call from a.
All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Double honors to their teachers as well. Peace and blessings to the elect. Okay, they're starting with 144,000 men, the governing body, and the great multitude of men, women, and children. Shalom. This is a rock recall with GMS Houston. Okay, and just through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, I wanted to go into this video that I just played at the beginning. Okay, that got from the brother, what his page is called Endure These Last Days 4. Okay, and subscribe to that brother, man. He constantly puts up videos. It's edifying videos, man. You know, just show that, you know, the mindset that Jake is in and, you know, the things that's going on in the world. But you see, this is why I wanted to go into this this lesson, right? Because this is the mindset of Jake. You see, the mindset of Jake is that not understanding that this is our heritage. Okay, we are the people of what the scriptures is talking about, which would be so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. We're the Israelites. Okay, but Jake, they don't understand that. Okay, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. You see, he has done a job, you know what I'm saying, as far as blinding the fact that who he really is, how the Most High hates him. Scripture goes into that. Esau have I hated, okay, because pursuing the Malachi 1 and 4, that's the wicked. Esau Edom. You see, and you know, you go to those small hats, that's Esau. Okay. But just going into, I just wanted to bring out a couple scriptures because the elect, they see right through this, man. And because, you know, when brothers hear the good news, you see, hey, sisters heard the good news. If you was given, your mind was open to that, you know, the Most High had mercy on you. Because 2/3 of our people, they're not going to get it on this side. They hear this message, this gospel, okay, and they just can't. Like he said, I didn't believe nothing that he was saying. You see, it's so far-fetched from them. Why? Because the Most High have blinded them. You see? So we're going to start here in just 1 second, Salaki. Okay, Khan. So we'll start here. This is Romans 11 in verse 7. Get straight to the point. It says, what then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for. But the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. You see, the election, because scripture goes into Israel, we got a zeal, Okay, but 2/3 of our people, they got that zeal, but not according to knowledge. This is why you have them worship these false idols. Okay, that they cannot receive the good news. You see, and it's going to go into it. It says Romans 11 and verse 8. According as it is written, the Most High have given them the spirit of slumber. You see? They given them a spirit of slumber. It says, eyes that they should not see and ears that they should not hear until this day. You see, so they can hear the good news, they can see it. You know, the scripture goes into how my ways are plain unto the holy. You see, you in the election, they can see clearly, like, okay, we are those people. We fit those curses to the T. Like, how do you deny that? You see? But Jake, 2/3 of our people, if the Most High not opening your mind up to receive it, you're not going to get it. You have been given that spirit of slumber. Eyes that you cannot see, ears that you can't hear. You see, verse 9, it says, and David said, let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them. That table, that's that comfort. Because again, going into this gospel, it goes into this is the good news. Good news what? That we are a special people unto the Most High, to my Israel. You see, above all nations, above all people. And Jake is constantly, they always trying to give that blessing to their oppressor. Always. It's not the other nations. It's always the number one enemy, man. Esau Edom, the so-called white man. You see, that's the mindset of Jake. Hey, but the Most High got you like that. That spirit of slumber. Okay, eyes that you cannot see. But going back into that table, that's the truth, the understanding. When you go to a table, you're supposed to sit down and you ready to eat. Eat what? These words, this understanding. You see? But your table has become a snare, a stumbling block. You see, you can't understand that. No, you're the people. You see, what's supposed to be a comfort to you has now become a snare. Now you trapped up. You see? And ultimately, you're going to be destroyed because you can't believe this gospel, because you can't receive what is going into. You see, knowing the names, okay? Having that fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You see? Hey, because the Most High got you in that state. But let's go here. This is 2 Corinthians 4 and verse 3. It says, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. What is the gospel? Going into, again, the good news. You see that we're above all nations. Talking about Israel, okay? We're above all these other nations, man. Okay, the so-called white people, so-called Chinese. Okay, the so-called Arabs. We're above all these other nations. Ham, Africans. You see, we're above them, right? That's the gospel, the good news. That, hey, in the kingdom, they're going to be put in subjection. They're going to be on at the bottom, man. They're going to be put in subjection to serve Israel. That's the good news, man. You see? But Jake don't want to receive that. They want to, hey, this is, for them, is to continue to dwell here, man. You see? But it's going to go further into it. It says 2 Corinthians 4 and 4. In whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not. You see? The God of this world. Who is the God of this world? I just quoted it. Matter of fact, let's go there real quick and I come back. You see, because understanding that ultimately it's the Most High, but the Most High got them in that blind state. But who is he using? Esau Edom. Okay? Because who is setting up Jake to, however, anything that's being done to be successful, Salakia, in this world, right? You have to go through who? Esau Edom. Why? Because this is Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. You see? Who's the wicked? Esau Edom. Again, going into Malachi 1 and 4. Tells you who the wicked is. The earth was given it to him. He has a time to rule now. You see, but that time is coming to an end. You go pursuing the 2 Ezra 6 and 9. You see, Esau is the end of the world, but Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. See, that's that good news. You see, understanding that this not going to always be like this. You see, understanding that no, we have a rulership coming. We just gotta wait our time. You see, that's that gospel, man. But this is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Who else? Moab, these so-called Chinese people, they didn't make a false image of a Mashiach. You see, which the world ignorant called, his name is Yahushua, which means he deliver. Okay, but they didn't make a false image. You know, what you people ignorant call Jesus, they didn't make a false image of Yahushua. It was a so-called white man. They made that image of how the angels look. You know, they done these things. You see? So again, going back into it says, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? You see? If it ain't him, then who else did it? Nobody else done it, man. The so-called white man. That's the wicked. But they have blinded the minds of our people. Now they don't even believe they're the people. Because he covered the faces of the judges thereof. To the point to where, you show them the true image or how the Yahushua will look according to the scripture, they don't believe it. They won't believe it. Why? Because the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked, man. He covered the faces of the judges. You see? So going back to 2 Corinthians 4 and verse 3, it says, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. See now, going back to that Romans 11:7, the election have obtained it. You see, they see past, okay, wait a minute. Because we all grew up to this lie, right? And, Lord willing, we in hopes, of course, ain't nobody, it's not, solidified yet, but in hopes of being the elect. Okay, that's going to be delivered from the destruction that's coming. But it's showing that, okay, if who else is going to believe this? Who else is believing this? Scripture says the election have obtained it. Obtained what? Hey, you see the good news. You hear the good news. You hear you see what the false things that this devil is doing, man. You see the wickedness of this devil. You see? You hear the good news. Okay? But again, you have a simple ass Jake. Nah, man, I don't want to be no Israelite. They don't hear that good news, man. Nah, I ain't got no enemies. But they steady shoot down each other, man. Well, you going to the curses that tell you we're going to be doing that. Why? Because we fell away from our power, man. We disobeyed our power, man. But again, Jake still ain't understanding that, no, this is for you. This is not for them. You see? It says, 2 Corinthians 4:4, it says, in whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not. You see? The God of this world. Who was the God of this world? Esau Edom. The earth was given into the wicked, man. The God of this world, Esau Edom, you can't do nothing without Esau Edom, man. Okay, if you're trying to be somewhat, the scriptures, to be successful, okay, in this this kingdom, in his rulership, you got to go through Esau Edom, man. You see, that's why Jacob believed he falling for the you got the retirement. Who sold you that lie, man? Well, let's just say the American dream. Okay, who sold you that lie? Esau Edom. 2 Corinthians 4:4, in whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of this glorious gospel of a Mashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. You see, and now, when you got that light, now you can see through the darkness. You can see through the bullshit. Okay? You understand. You receiving that gospel. When you receive that gospel, now you have that light. Now you have been enlightened. And you're able to see through it. Scripture says, was it Isaiah 60? I believe it's Isaiah 60:1. Let me just go there real quick, okay? Because it goes into that light, right? And this is what's happening. Yeah, this is Isaiah 60 in verse 1. It says, arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is risen upon thee. Now that light, ultimately, that's a Yahushua, right? But the light is the understanding. So the light is here. Okay, but going back to that, 2 Corinthians 4 and 4, the God of this world have blinded them from that light. They cannot receive the light. You see? But we understand that ultimately it's the Most High that got them in, that situation to where they can't see the truth. They cannot receive the light. It said, make their table a snare. Which should have been for their comfort. It has been a snare unto them. You see, in roughly paraphrasing. Right? And that's what it is. So let me go here and I end it with this one. This is Matthew 24 and verse 24. It says, for there shall arise false Mashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders. You see, and this is what's going to happen, man. I mean, you already see it. Okay, you already see it. They come in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but they're not telling you the truth. Okay, they're not giving you the 100% truth. That's why the scripture goes into when Yahweh shall return, it's gonna be men that's gonna be saying, I prophesied in your name, Lord, Lord, right? But they wasn't given the truth. That's why Yahweh shall gonna say, I never knew thee. Why? Because you was not given that light. You was doing this for your own filthy lucre, roughly paraphrasing. You see, for your own benefits. You see, you wasn't given that light, the true understanding, 100% truth, man. You see? But it says, Matthew 24 and 24, for there shall arise false Mashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. And the point is, they cannot. So with all these wonders and signs, okay, scripture goes into he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. Endure with all these things, man. Going through that straight gate, fire on one side and water on the other, man. Okay, the elect, they're going to go through that. You see, and everybody else is blinded. They're going to fall for whatever, the Most High, the snare the Most High got for them, they're going to fall for it. You see? So I ended there, and that's again, like the video I started with, that's a simple Jake, man. And then first off, the Most High got to be dealing when you open your mind so you can see that we're the people. You see? Regardless of, what they have been forced on us for all these years, if the Most High opened up your mind, because we was all blinded at one point, man. But the Most High got to open you up to it. You see? So I ended with that. Lord willing, that was edifying. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.